Okay? Una all kushe, una kabo, una good afternoon, una thank you for una join with today for the Bɔdi Bεttεh Gentri program, where at the Salon Organization of Greater Manchester, na in the bring and come to una. Me, na host, I'm name Timo John Fuller. Today, now we 16th session, and today we talk about menopause. The last time will be about menopause, but we look at from the physiological perspective. Today, we look at from the mental health and psychological aspect. And today, now we own Auntie Sisibugi, na go present to we today. As soon as see from what you look now, the moment when I go see not to Sisibugi no more day na the team, we get other people them. So I will go quick and introduce everybody, then we will begin. Okay. Okay, with the laptop decide for work. There we go. Like I've been saying, and the Salon Organization of Greater Manchester, and I bring this program to we, and we already do this program. Nobody know they get paid. In fact, now we they give even out of real pocket, apart from my expertise, also out of real pockets. Now we they give. The reason we could bring this that for benefit with people, and I could bring a canton in Creole, dear with a big. We know they also for replace on our doctors or our physician them. We only they also for give on our general advice. So tomorrow, if I see something they happen to una go know when for go to doctor or when maybe for use home remedies for sorting myself out. And also when you go sit up before doctor, waiting they explain to you, you be able to understand them because I will try for break and down into a way everybody be able to understand. So they are a big una continue for follow waiting on a GP them or a physician and they tell them. Okay. Okay, the car they say no more. Now the team not to me one day, then not to see again one day. I will show the other people the way they are the team. We get Dr. Kamara, Mohamed Kamara, when a senior consultant in emergency medicine at Greater Manchester, UK. And now also we group lead. You know, say anything you do in our life, you get forget somebody when they are back, somebody will be part. Okay, so now Dr. Kamara, now we group lead. Okay. Then on the team, we also get Miss Rugia Kamara when I present to it today. A mental health nurse and a health visitor. So now we see him a lot today. We'll talk to her a lot about stuff that we pertain into mental health and psychological issues when it comes to menopause. Okay. So if I get any question, I ask. All right. Also, we get Mr. Ibrahim Sise when I qualified social worker and also a mental health advocate interviewed at the panel today. Then we get Miss Fatima Kuruma today with we at the panel. Now we nutritionists in area of specialty. Now we own type food. We black man, we own type food they will eat. And specialty, we will talk to you about how you eat food, how you make sure you maintain a healthy diet. Okay. And the next person is Miss Aminata Jallo from Multi Understanding for David. You know, he will join me today, but maybe it might come on, for half a period. But if he come on, I will make one say day which we area of expertise now clinical pharmacist, I'm going to give you advice regarding medication, how to take medicine and stuff like that, and how to treat medicine. And we get we own mi palavamate, we cited Shaka, who is a mental health nurse and a social worker. He said at the panel today, if you get any question, even if you're not pertaining to the subject today, but if you're pertaining to mental health or any other issue, it will be able to try for help. If that's on to a personal, I can send them to the inbox. I will share the inbox at the end. Okay. And we also get Mrs. Fatmata Kamara, who is a mental health nurse, but in a day with me today. Okay. And also we get Miss Dr. Aziza Sise. We can normally do with me, but even talk to me. I talked to her yesterday. He said, "No, go do it with today, but maybe it might join we have." Okay, but most likely not go do it with me. Also, we get Dr. Mohammed Toure. We said can do it one time, but today not for do it with. Okay. Then the last one on the list, now myself, like I said, I'm in Timo John Fuller, I'm a business IT consultant. Me go now to forgive medical advice. Myself now like no more way they watch the viewers them. I just didn't ask for land, but main goal for make sure I get the team all the support where they need for them to be successful. Okay. So without further ado, I will pass on to Cecile give for let present. But please at the big, and they can't mute everybody. The reason why they mute everybody is for that will give the presenter time for them able to explain in subject. When you don't done, we do not time for them to ask questions. We will try our best to answer our questions. If we need one second here, we will take the questions away and we will try to find a way for contact you back and give you answer. Okay. So, Sisigogi, whenever you're ready, make a note, then we will start.
When I thank you all January this afternoon, this morning, this evening,
don't go wrong.
this night, day. We're grateful for our support and for our attendance. All man busy weekend, but clearly, this thing now for we all will do them. We self way to do with the land, and obviously we're able for pass the knowledge to now, and we will do them now for do the language we also be with a Creole. So I don't think any other person or any other group they will do them. Now make it fine for let we able for appreciate what you do. 2 weeks ago, we talked about this big subject where Boku people and no want for talk about. People and they talk about but not real topic, not real problem. If we not handle them in time, it can cause problems in the family, and at the same time, it can cause problem, the whole of the place, the community inside people and they. Because some people and they don't say this thing they happen, but they don't even know say then they go through them and that's it. Now make it important for make we know what in menopause they about. 2 weeks ago, me talk about the menopause from the medical side. Now today, Ms. Kamara, they talk about the menopause from the mental health side and the psychological side. This one for do with the mind, the way we people and they go through them. We mama them, we auntie them, we cousin them, we sister them. How did they go through this thing and how will they affect not only himself but the whole of the family, including the pikin that we born, including the man that owes, including the family, papa, mama, and all that. Now make it important for make we know about this. As we know, every woman they go through this journey now in life, and believe you me, man themselves they go through them, but of course we could talk about the man them at a special time where we all gonna say and I attend that for talk about that. But because we don't talk about the woman side, we talk about the medical side, the better let we talk about the psychological, the mental health side of things. Now make we do this today. So Ms. Kamara, I think a mental health person you go look after that. But I just want to give you a quick review or just recap and go back to waiting we've been talking about 2 weeks ago. And then they get for do with the menopause. And the menopause, as we know, every woman they go through and from the age of 38, or I would say for example 35, then definitely for begin see some changes in their life. Now, the changes then no woman no they were exempt from them. So woman you go see them quicker, begin experience a bit earlier than somebody else. But between the ages of 35 to 40, then for begin experience the change. And that change the period that go begin get less, the period that go be less frequent. You know go get them as I been the get them, so every month. And then and the other one they have sometimes instead of it be heavy, it could be light. But this not the way they happen not to want it no more, they happen gradually. Now small till you reach that age of 40, 45. So we divide the period to perimenopause, the menopause itself, and the post-menopause. Now, perimenopause, now where the team begin around the age of 35 to 40. By the time they reach 44, 45, definitely the menopause will begin coming now slowly but surely. With the menopause, as I say, it affects all the parts of the body, from the top to the bottom. The hair, where the woman can take for actually attract some man, them go begin get thin and it go begin drop. The body, in size go begin increase because we can do that monthly turnover, that monthly cycle where they get, where they control that, no day again. So the ovaries, the way they produce the egg, they're not there again, clearly because of that. Go good for born, the kai in the born. You go for take picking, get belle, the kai in the get belle. You no go actually get any interest in anything for do with mama and papa business. It go affect the heart. Some women they then go get all the heart condition, and then get the blood pressure go up. The bone them then become weak. So some women if you for them way be younger, it go protect yourself. But now if you for them, it can easily for break the hip or it broke the wrist. Now if that happened clearly, then go for look into them as well. The Bobby we instead being days until they high up, you go don't begin go down and for down, you know. So all that thing that happen, of course, the bladder, because of the picking the way they carry, when them get the bladder, so we have people in the bonds on 6, 10, 12, like my granny inborn 12, you know. Definitely, that thing that they can cause problem because it became them too big, they can cause problem later on because the muscle them not as strong as them in day. Because of that, then we begin experience accident them. So then they just will for go wet no more for go pass water, knowing that they begin wet themselves, you know, and we then call it incontinence, urine incontinence, you know. So then that incontinence, now infection can cause them, or it can make the infection can make them worse. All that thing when they begin happen, you know, the period them maybe they come like how then they come. You know, they get time every month and they come until after 2 months, after 3 months, you know, definitely. That day for begin to this and so now from the psychological side of things, it been there some time he gets anxiety problems, you know, sometimes the anxiety at the court and you know, he get mental health problems. So when he come out to the menopause, then problem they get worse than how they've been there before. So if you see small thing, mama begin vex or auntie begin vex or uncle begin vex, cousin begin vex, we you know be they do that. Small thing, wait until you go say, what do you make this person the vex? So at the age of 35 to 40, begin think about say, something they happen. Especially if you get mental health problem. So all them thing nothing the way they happen, and I know go on for delay, waiting Miss Rugi want to talk about, but clearly menopause, nothing where every woman go through. So man will begin sooner, some man will begin later. But between the ages of 35 and 58, definitely every woman will go through menopause. And when you go through menopause, remember, na family issue, not to just the woman no more. The picking them, the immediate family, the distant family, the doctor they were involved, the nurse they were involved, and that they all get to be affected by this thing, you know. And as I say, we get the added group now, when at the man and man, woman and woman, and man and woman, they go. All that thing that they got for take into consideration when they talk about menopause. So, but as I say, 3 stages. Perimenopause, you already begin before 9 days lead to the menopause. Menopause, that the proper effects itself, where they happen, where person, you know, they see the period again, you know, go for take belay again as it been the one for, and clearly not go get for born, you know. And then, of course, the post-menopause, after all things don't happen. So, the menopause itself can last up to 12 years in some people, but on average, now 4 years it can take. Whether the sweat boku, whether the loss in here, whether the bobby they go, you know, a bit weaker, then the weight begin hard, you know, then the begin get accident with the urine, you know, and obviously begin get dryness down below that the private area, cause problem with, you know, the need for deal with man, you know, all the things that they, nothing the way for looking to. But I think today on, Miss Rugia to go look at the mental health side because now they very important for let people know what thing that they about. So I no go delay, I go left and to around, but if I want me for answer any questions after that, then by all means, please when I ask the question there, and I go answer as best as possible. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Kamara. Because sorry, first of all man, for normal technology, sometimes the panic. But thank you, Dr. Kamara. The overview we don't give about the menopause, very, very important. I know say sometimes part of not to just Africa, because sometimes I don't think for say, oh, now people in Africa no more and then they talk about the menopause, but people in the self woman and then so not to all men they talk about the menopause, not to all men know about the menopause. Now workplace they need to talk about the menopause. The man themselves, if you ask some man they don't know what's at the menopause, they know if you ask them they're not gonna know nothing, and sometimes they embarrassing, they're not going for even talk about it. But not to just the physical side, the call Dr. Kamara don't say all waiting they happen in your body, but now waiting they happen in your mind, self where the menopause they come, as Dr. Kamara say, the menopause they begin from 40, age 40, you don't begin for see symptoms, but you know the thing for say na symptoms, then assigns them for saying that the menopause they come because you think for say you're still young. So the effect of the when mental health they get inside during the menopause or even before the menopause, as we all they approach middle age, as we they get older, menopause can cause for like we get stress, anxiety, and with the afraid. And the fear with the fear now because we they think for say, oh, now all we they can't also. Oh, I'm not going for born picking them again. Oh, maybe nobody no go wants me again, right? And obviously Dr. Kamara don't talk about the chemical them where they na the body, woman body, where they reduce during that 10 day where we go through the menopause. And that menopause, that then chemical, then they will reduce, now they cause, again, like Dr. Kamara say, hot flush, sweating, and other menopause symptoms. Obviously, 2 weeks ago, Dr. Kamara gets about 34 different symptoms where they happen, where you get the menopause. A lot of women, them, not all you they go through. So the woman then go through some, so woman then go through some. So go get them bad, so no go get them bad, so go get them no more. Just they're able for sort of manage them, other people them, so women are not go able. And sometimes again, as we say, as we they get older, as we begin and they grow up, if we get possible get for look after now old, where they get instead of done old, maybe you get your parents there, you get for look after your parents them. All that one day, now for just imagine all the stress where you get, where all the things that they happen, right? And the changes, they bring a lot of changes. And sometimes then at the mental health. So if we think about some people and they not get mental health problem at all, but when it comes to the menopause, something they happen to the way they feel for say, now craze at the craze or waiting they happen to me. You understand? Where they this fear where they come by you, this thing where they feel for them for say no mortality for say you now die, you can't die, or something they happen to you, right? Sorry. And so woman then they feel very, very isolated, especially when they not get nobody for talk to, where people and they talk about the menopause. So where they go talk to now? Then if you think about now Africa, imagine where women don't reach that age day, then it begin for the feel them feeling and they not I don't think say where the period don't stop. That one they not to the problem. I think now just them feeling then they whether estrogen don't have per you, don't the depleted per you, or where they small part now the body, where they bring all their feeling then yeah so imagine somebody in Africa, so imagine woman of Africa, woman as salon, where no nothing when they talk, when we know they talk about the things then they're not of a sudden they begin feel like in body they vampire all the time, if they sweat past mark, if they in mind like they craze, you know, for talk to nobody, then in attitude don't change around the people already around them. Then people end up with the feel for say, what's wrong with this woman at this age? Where it be small, not to say, they look at how it don't change. When person talk to herself now vex, it vex. But nobody don't know. Instead, sometimes they don't know what it make it happen to and so. So now that time then I go begin for say, oh, sometimes na do them do me, or sometimes na more man they don't go to me, or sometimes na that person they want to do something to that day, sometimes na this swear na ain't go father me. All this stuff then they now because when they get older. When you get the menopause, when they reach that point, things then they happen. Yes, so self, it happen to white man, it happen to black man, it happen to everybody, right? So some people then they feel isolated, they feel frustrated, and people then sometimes people are not going to understand. Just like they say, sometimes people are not going to understand what they go through, and they not get the support. Africa, I don't think say we get the support. Yes, so self will not get the support. Let alone think about some people when they no money, they na host, and they go through all of that one day. All of that menopause symptoms, then they're not getting nobody for talk to now host, and not get nobody where can at least just give them a cuddle for saying, you know what, everything will be all right. That one they all frustrating for person. So people and the menopause they make it, then they develop either anxiety or depression. Now, I will go understand the signs of the symptoms of depression. Now, my colleague Aisat have been talk a few weeks back about depression for say, if you feel sad just once in a while, we all get them they can get them feeling then they where something they go right for you, or where something happen, you go feel sad. But if they're feeling they continuously, they go on and on and on, you cry all the time, you feel hopeless, you know, like Salon, they suffer say, I feel bad, and then they feel good, you know, you feel empty, maybe na symptoms of, or na sign and say, maybe you get depression. Other sign them back go show say, maybe as I say, when you act one all the time, you frustrated, you vex quick, things that will not be the do today, or you anxious all the time. You feel for say something there for happy, even though nothing not there for happy, but inside your mind, that's no more constantly. Sometimes you're not there for sidom, you're not there for team up. Sometimes you just keep quiet no more to yourself. Sometimes you feel guilty or you feel worthless. But then also all na symptoms or signs of depression. Okay. Now, if sometimes you can lose interest, since the way they enjoy it, they know they do them again, you know they for concentrate, and all you know, they for sleep better, you know, get energy, or they feel pain at your body when you don't know side the pain they come, or why they feel that pain, they not for them, nobody don't knock you, but they feel pain. Now because the tension don't depend you so much that because you get this anxiety, depression per you know your body they act per you, and sometimes you know even for itself they for it. So how would you understand the risk of depression and mental health? So as the menopause they come per week and the hormone and they change, they affect you physically and emotionally. So 10 days, because of the estrogen don't come down, that chemical don't come down per week, then go diagnose person or say they get depression or mental health. And what make I say other mental health problem, because if you imagine, if we all think about say other people and they will get mental health problem already, schizophrenia, schizophrenia, bipolar affective disorder, and other mental health problem them. Then combined with waiting they follow the menopause come, imagine that in a double whammy. Some people and they, certain at that time the depression with them, certain they don't forget for years and years, at that time they come even more. Some people and they with the mental health problem, so the mental health they come more and more. Our way be I pass I in there because
so you therefore
because of the menopause. So that one they all nothing way for look out for. So if person gets mental health problem already, then they near that age day for menopause. Imagine how they go to feel. Imagine say if na person will get schizophrenia where they hear voice, you don't begin feel all that thing so. Then you don't begin sick the mental health. Then the menopause come back on top. Imagine how that person what he go through. And sometimes there's some people and they even for just they get negative feeling all the time, they're afraid they get this thing in their mind for say something get for happen. So they don't want for talk about the menopause, even when they know, because they know for say sometimes they don't read about them, sometimes they don't see the people, they don't go through they know for say where it come, not time for where some for some people they see and say at the end of their life, really, because now waiting self say now old they can't begin, then they can't old. So again, we all the work, we all get picking them. You imagine they go through the menopause, then you get stress in work, you get stress with the relationship, you get stress with the picking them. You know, sometimes you're not happy in work, sometimes you know one for day, and sometimes you get money problem. You feel low, you get low self-esteem, you become anxious, and if you not get people who they support you around or other things them, or you're not able for exercise, or you smoke or drink, then they just they make the symptoms and the signs them of menopause, all the problem where they make a pass mark. So that thing they all now for look into them where if possible they go through So how then they treat depression or mental illness during the menopause? Like any other sickness, they go treat them the same, because because if we think about some people and they get high blood pressure, if in a long-term condition, they go must get depression, maybe they go get depression or anxiety. So then the doctor go sort of advise for like you get lifestyle change, then go suggest medication, then go suggest therapy, or then go suggest medication and therapy together, like CBT. That's not this part of the world. Other side of the world, where then things that they know they a lot of support now that person they go need, right? So but before the doctor before the GP go do anything for tell you for say you na menopause you don't get, or na the menopause you don't reach, they go must make take blood per you first for let them check, make sure for say not to other physical health problem them they happen to you. So how for do for let you able for sort of for control the menopause as much as you can. So most women them, as Dr. Kamara don't talk already, part of the menopause where you go through now lack of sleep. You know they for sleep, then because you sweat so much as well, then you get the hot flushes, you know for sleep. And maybe the GP go ask say let you get more sleep, or you go advise for like you go where you go sleep at 7 o'clock, you decide for say okay then 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock for go sleep, and you try for wake up every day, you try for sleep every day 9 o'clock and wake up if not 7 o'clock every morning 7 o'clock. Now Mr. Sisebi don't talk about sleep issues as well a few sessions ago, right? But then if you think about if you get a very big family, that one they say self not get for help sometimes, because you get them picking and they come in and out, friends and they come in and out. you're not able to say, go for sleep, something like they will call you, oh mom, I'm there, can't pick Musa there and all that stuff. Then so in as much as the doctor will advise for like you sleep, but if you get so much, if you very, very busy, sometimes it not go help at all. Now, they will advise for say, let you keep your bedroom dark, quiet, but then they all, again, it depends on what you want to do. What thing fits you, now you go for do, for try for catch some sleep as much as possible, especially if you get for go work in the morning, or you get for look after picking there, you get for look after you na Kiara, you need that sleep day. As much as possible, now for try for getting a sleep day. The most important thing as well, now for the exercise. As we all know, this exercise, sleep, food, alcohol, we don't talk, it's like everything like a puzzle. Anything what we talk now, when are the main topic, it come back to exercise, it come back to sleep, it come back to healthy diet, and all the things then they. So everything they fit. So I suppose what we try for Senaya is as much as possible when we talk about them big sick here, so for like we limit the sick, then they let it not be too much per week. We need for exercise, we need for get good sleep, we need for eat the right food them, we need for talk to people. Because now we need for socialize. We know say because of COVID now, it's very, very difficult for like we try for socialize like what we've been there, where we all they miss. Nobody not go miss that small party or punado or whatever that get together, because it's very, very good for we all sanity safe, man or woman, it's good for we all, So they recommend for say for exercise because they relieve stress, it will boost your energy, mood, and sleep. Then if we exercise, not so just for go waka, where you say now, so for go waka at least 30 minutes at least, but if we have for lift weight, because as the menopause they go through, we they lose muscle. So that muscle they know they lose, but like we get that strength day back, we can lift weights, small, not so heavy weights, just something normal way go give you that strength, that muscle strength back. You not get for go buy weights, you thin food then a host, you can use them for weights. And try for do that na this part of the world as well, for try for do yoga, tai chi. But then now you not even get for go na group anymore. If you go na YouTube, not the way you want, where they get online for you yoga now or tai chi or mediation or now the only thing no the massage no more now where at least then other person get for do them. But then they all will do them things then they help for like we relax and for relieve stress. So what we get for member for say the mood where during the menopause it can mild. So what they try for say is if you not been get depression at all, past other things that they happen, maybe now go cause for like depression kind inside. But in many cases, the menopause they pass. Just like how Dr. Kamara don't talk the menopause they pass. Now transition, now change, now another life for that person day, for that woman day. And as he say, no woman not there when I will go through the menopause and past the person die early, but if you go through the life changes, the life continuum, like from baby to old age, it will go through the menopause. All we got for do is now for accept them, now for embrace them, and now for do things them, we will make for sure for say yes, we appreciate with life, where we don't do at the wall, and wait till we don't do. Right? So it's very, very rare for like person we not get a mental health problem, for like you can develop bad mental health problem due to the menopause. In many cases, now if the way they go through stress already, we don't go through very hard life. Maybe sometimes that the menopause go create more issues for them with the mental health. And now for eat healthily, for again Dr. Kamara, we all Fatima, where now the nutritionist always they talk for eat healthy, for try for exercise, avoid alcohol and for smoke, because then things they need all the help with, because then they go help for build with self-esteem and with confidence. And just like how Dr. Kamara don't say, the menopause not just for the woman himself, but for everybody where they are around them. Sometimes that person end up being very, very nice, quiet person where they do anything for anybody. Then all of a sudden the menopause come hit them very, very hard. Some people and they not go hit them very hard. Some people and they hit them very hard. Small things if not cry, they don't cry. Small things and don't vex. So the people out there around them for support that person, they for try for understand waiting wrong, waiting make that person they behave, that woman they behave that way. They demand them. Then say self, even though with the talk, we say, oh, like Africans, and say, go marry other young woman. Yes, so they do them. But if we try to understand the man in side as well, because if you get you for una two intimately, una two be very, very intimate, and all of a sudden that person is not interested in that intimacy there, psychologically it will affect the man himself. So now for support the man, now for fend the man self if he able for talk to a GP, because then get support services them for man them as well when they go through their own issues. Africa down they not day, but the man in Africa self, then self for try for understand for say if you see this woman here, so all term me and him we okay, then all of a sudden this they happen, they picking them including them for try for stand back and try for understand a good way they get them then session here so that they will go back to Africa. I not say all women them or all men them they will not understand about menopause, but maybe 99% of women they know or men they don't understand about the menopause. But if this year so they reach people them, they don't understand for say when the woman don't reach 45 to 50, 52, 58, something is going on, something they wrong with that woman they in body, not to you need to do about willful. It can't help them. So we for help we self, help the woman, they will help the man themselves. So so if I stop there, I just want to see if we go able to get any discussion about the menopause, anybody get experience, anybody want to talk, or ask any questions. As Dr. Kamara say, we all there so for answer question as much as we can, or if possible want to talk about in your life or anything, then the floor is open. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening.
Thank you very much, Cecilia. I'll say word on land. This last week session to this week, we don't look, like I say, we don't look at the medical side, now we don't look at the mental as well. So now we can open the floor. I will go to the floor for ask for say you ask question. If you don't sabi, you can physically ace your hand up, and while they go through, if I see you hand up, I will go to you. So the first question today will be taken for Auntie Victoria Mambo. I will unmute you, man. If you unmute yourself, we talk, man. There we go.
Okay, thanks. Okay. I think this question is for my little brother. Auntie Yugi, thank you for all that information, but this question is for my little bro. Where are you? Little bro, Dr. Kamara.
Yeah, try to unmute yourself, Doc. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, you there?
I am, that's right, yeah.
Yes, you know my story. We'll not go into that.
Sure.
If you get the, I'm not going to call an early menopause, but as I say, you know my story. Will you still get it when you get to that age that you get to? Will you still get the flush, you experience the natural instincts?
Sorry, I don't get the last part.
I said, if you don't go through what I go through, as I say, you know my story.
Yeah.
At a very early age.
Yeah.
When you reach the natural age, you still go experience waiting. They say you the experience?
100%. That's right. I tell you why. I know I'm going through your story, but I go just talk up generally. See, the ovaries them, now they for provide the hormones them and the egg them. So if you imagine somebody get, God forbid, get cancer of the uterus or cancer of the cervix, we're not common because of some viral infection, then go do hysterectomy, then take the womb away. Most of the time, because now a young person, they want for prevent them for letting not go through early menopause. At the same time, they provide way for protect in bone them. Because the woman, they get that monthly cycle, they protect the bone them. So now that they don't pull the womb, the ovary then go protect the bone them, and you go continue for feel exactly like how you feel apart from the monthly period. But then when it comes to the point where you reach where the proper menopause, they sink in, the egg them stop for produce the estrogen and the progesterone. They go through them exactly like how if the womb been there. The womb not just a storage, remember. Womb just the store, the picking, and then obviously take away the monthly period where you don't need for let you begin prepare back for the next cycle, where they come the next month. So if they take that their way, then just take the store. The actual ovary where they provide them instantly function. I make you see some woman and if they take the whole thing away, i.e., then take the ovary, then take the tube them, then take the womb away, then go advise that person if he day between 30, 35, or 40, then go advise them for make you take HRT just for EPAM for go into that period. You see, you can still get the womb. If you not get the ovary them, you not go get anything. If you get the ovary them, you not get the womb, you can still get the hormone them they go through the body, take care of them. But then that monthly cycle not go there because waiting do the place where the picking for Sidom, day. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Right. Okay. Tell me which one I know.
You say, okay, if then take everything away, I mean, I can give you HRT.
That's right.
What if HRT doesn't work? That's why I say my story.
Okay, if HRT doesn't work, then they forget some other form of therapy we then go use for help you for combat that early menopause when they happen. If it's what I say, they get all the therapy we then go use for allow that because clearly not to all man HRT fit for definitely because HRT is some way prone to, as I've been talking no more, some way prone to clots. Talking about the story, some way prone to clots and all this, and they clearly then go say for take a more. But then the alternative could be something they will get for them go through, psychotherapy. They pad them, they gel them, and then the patches them where they can get as well. All anything then they call them the sexual therapists. They can approach that. They can do that. Or the GPs themselves can get people away in a multiple disciplinary team where they can come together and hang heads and tailor make your own plan for you, your care plan. So that's the kind of thing. But clearly, the womb not just a storage organ, but the main organ where they actually make the period to take place. Now then two ovary, then they will tube them, and the ovary na the egg they come out, we come through the tube into the womb, and then the womb now they begin they take mama born. So if they pull the womb, the ovary then still they perform the function. Now if their ovary then they don't reach the point when they're not able to do the function, i.e. the hormone they're not there again, clearly, even though the womb not there, you go begin feel the symptoms of menopause. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Is that all right?
That's okay, thank you.
Okay, we can talk personally, no problem. When you're ready.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
This is something for me, for example, we may not be even know. How come she left this last week?
You see,
I don't know.
You see, save the best for last.
Thank you very much, Auntie Victoria, and thank you very much, Dr. Kamara. Like I mean, what I can say before, lots of things in the way at the we are not be done before something they are beyond again, but the level of understanding not been there. Now they show and the benefits and of following we get them, so at least we be able to ask questions. So would I else again who ask questions? Let me see if there's anything on the chat. Okay. While we wait for people to ask questions, let me know feel for ask question when I ask. Now that is me. Oh yes, Mr. Mameko, yes, I don't unmute you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you, Sisirugi, for the presentation. Well understood. This question for Dr. Kamara. I know most people when they talk about menopause, but nobody may talk the subject of andropause. Dr. Kamara make mention about that the last time we did in presentation. I just need further clarity on regard to this particular topic, because what you actually make I ask simply because I did say women and get age bracket for the period of born or give birth. But men them, I don't say from life experience, thinking they're up to 60, 65. Even my late grandfather, he was at the age of 75. He married a very young lady, and yet still he continued to give Pekin. So I just want to know the medical arguments behind this. This question for Dr. Kamara.
Thank you so much, Mr. Koma. Yes, we they go back into the medical side, no problem. We will revisit psychologically, now we'll talk about. Anyway, I don't want to go into too much detail about the andropause, which Bokuman don't know about, as I say. The problem is the andropause, what's the andropause? The former president of Russia, the andropause. the andropause, definitely, absolutely just similar to the Umayun. Obviously, the Umayun is such that then the cease for become, they feel like saying to Uman them again. You know what I mean? That part of that psychological side and the way we say, we are not going for born again, the man not go want me again, I go feel bad. Now, if you turn that to the man, that's how it happens as well. Because now if you say you need for do things and for let actually feel in the demand, that's when the problem starts. So until you don't check your heart, so until you don't check your blood sugar, so until you don't check the valve in the heart, so until you don't check out the rhythm in the heart, and then go begin exhausting yourself. Wait until you don't do now used to this lifestyle where you need to do nothing much. You know what I mean? Before you matter, one thing happened to another, and then you begin to talk about angina, you begin to talk about stroke, you begin to talk about mini stroke, you begin to talk about heart attack, and then of course you begin to talk about collapsing and things. All that thing then that thing way very important. Now make it nice when you reach a certain stage in your life, you find where they invite you for screening for make you do them. But the andropause similar to the Umayun, but that no means say you no go able for born pikino. I want you to be clear about that. The Umayun, because the hormone them way they control the egg them now progesterone and estrogen, then definitely go dry up because we can do the outside the egg day when that day this pikin go for come when the papa in sperm can meet up with the egg and the tube for make the pikin, it not go they come again. Because now when the egg not get fertilized, now make the woman they get monthly period. So in effect, when the egg come out from the womb, from the ovary, they can't down the tube, now then they meet up with the sperm, where this pikin for make. And from there now, after 2-3 days, the pikin in that stage they roll into the womb and then attach to the womb through the placenta and then it begin grow. That's how it is. So imagine the egg now when he comes to that place there, he not beat any sperm, then obviously the pikin not form. So for let he prepare himself, for let he release himself the next month, he get for then share that blood they will come out. That's when you get the period. So if you not get that thing where they control that thing they done, then that's it. Now the menopause 9 begins on. So, but the papillon, the sperm itself obviously not necessarily means say you no go able if you meet egg, you know actually able for fertilizer. No matter which the age, whether not 70 or 60. The signs and symptoms of andropause not get nothing for do with the ability for the sperm able for fertilize the egg, the ovum. I don't know if I didn't make myself clear.
It makes sense, yeah.
Right. So at 75, the empire then can born. At 80, they can born actually. But whether that's ideal or not, that's a different topic. But the andropause, they affect the woman and man similarly. The only difference is that it not get much for do with the ability for actually create pikin or procreate, as they say in the scriptures. As they say, go forth and procreate. Well, that procreation not necessarily means say because the man they go through the andropause, it means you not go for fertilize the egg for let get pikin. No, far from that. You can definitely get that. The thing where can stop that in another topic. Believe you me, the sperm where the man they produce incessantly can infect himself. That can cause problem for the woman, for the woman conceive, the woman get belly. Because the man in your own sperm, they infect himself. That's nothing we can talk about at a later date, believe it or not. Yeah, if you get antibodies to the man in self your own sperm, it can actually stop him for impregnate the woman. And therefore, you need them for look at what makes a woman no go take belly. Because what you know, all the time that the woman can get the fault. But something then the way it can affect the man and believe you mean that the man they at fault. Now make him fine for love check. So then get different check them. But one point then is that the man in your sperm cells defect himself. We then call autoimmune illnesses we get for do with the sperm itself. Now make if you go, you actually the experience infertility, we forget pikin and then the human no able take in, not to the human no more than the check because people are always dependent on the human. But I tell you what, we demand themselves maybe more guilty than the woman did. So therefore, when you go as a family, then get for check the man as well. Now check and thoroughly, because then get for find out whether or not this is not the only problem where you get sometimes diabetes, sometimes a heart problem, sometimes the level of the sperm so low enough for even for swim for let go give them. So there's a lot more. We can talk on that, no problem. We'll not choose the topic, then we will talk on it. But andropause no means say the woman no go get belle if he and the permit up. Is that okay?
Quite understood.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Kamara.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kuma. You know, I will just, you know, when I get to that stage, I will make sure, say, you know, I make a small. Like what you will give it a say. We demand them, we get a greater role for play. He says something most of we don't witness, which we anti them and uncle them and stuff. When you begin get an auntie and uncle, we be go there, they were fantastic. All of a sudden, they begin get argument before you know it. We don't see about relationship them. They find during their young days, as soon as they reach a certain age, you know, you find out, say, they break up, the man go marry somebody else and stuff like that. You know, at least we don't begin to understand. And then they say that the only cause, but we don't begin to understand some of the reasons that we make, some of the causes we make them think they can happen. So now a lesson for we all, basically, that if you don't know your person for that long, you know, all of a sudden that person, they begin display or demonstrate attitudes and way you know associate them with. Most of the time, the better for them, we provide that person with the way they need, or maybe seek medical advice, you know, if you're unsure as to what's in the happen. Okay. Let me see who else. Anybody else they will ask question? Because regarding the andropause, as until it doesn't come up, we don't say a topic we more of me are interested in now, because before he mentioned about a month or so ago, before I mentioned I didn't have a clue that man self they go through, you know, their own madness. I didn't know. So really, and even with the expensive suit today, I don't be know, but until the plan come out small, either way, I'll get the information. So we go convey in the week, and we go decide whether andropause will be the next topic or not. But remember, we to be the same from the very beginning that anything we decide, not to be decision. Now, una get for steer with another for give you the guidelines as to waiting una 1 year. Now I make we can share we email with una, so just in case una want tell we say una this subject of 1 year. If we get a couple of people that were interested, then yes, we will go ahead. But Mr. Kuroma, we will take your suggestion on board and we will discuss them. Okay. If the next topic will be andropause, I'm sure now you will be number 1 person for turn up. Yeah, so any more questions? No Shimbo.
Yeah.
I tell you how you quiet so today.
Why is people wait for ask question or maybe?
Yes, sir.
Why wait me quiet when they affect you?
You know that.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sister, say go ahead, sir.
Yeah, now just you know, touch on the subject we Rugi don't get a brilliant presentation on. Yeah. So just link on everything we don't cover ever since we started sessions here. And one thing the way obviously we don't always talk say, not for say people don't know, then here, but perhaps they say not being knowledge even there. You understand? Up to about 1840, that was like almost 116 years between the independence. When in 1961, 1845, that's now not get a proper understanding of what in some of them tier, then metal issues are would undergo. So let's say something way for say na salon no, that's happen now. So and slowly when we get independent, say to 1970, na England now, and they even talk about how for even fund the mental health research. For beginning to talk about the Mental Health Act. So not to see where just that happen today in a startup. Perhaps it will take a long time. Hopefully, sometime then see how we discuss so. Go bring then brainstorming and they say, then see how we need for take into consideration so it affect we all. So just we brother abroad or sister abroad. No, it affect we all. And then small them issues that we don't mention so all. That's how I don't know. Don't be know at all. But as I say, you know, not difficult subject, but good say, you know, slowly, wall on canal, all man get a different interest. And we all long go learn some small usabi. Now they bring to people and now we all language. Or hopefully, you know, slowly, you know, we'll break the ice and maybe one day not a taboo subject anymore.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that we only hope for. You know,
Yeah.
that's way it happened today. No, don't say it happened. Because up to the time when they get the Lunacy Act, when anybody gets any mental issue, they say it's lunatic, you know, and a defect, they send a mental asylum.
Yeah.
They have no ideas.
Yeah.
They have no ideas. But it takes time. It takes time. So I believe sometimes this is just a starting platform, perhaps possibly to be on time again. Other people can pick them up, develop it even better than what we try to do so. Slowly say, you know, hopefully people will benefit from it. So that's what I hope for say. I hope say until we don't get somebody now at the panel they ask questions. So I'll give chance to them because there's such a mostly enough for them to try for one. I'll pass you back to Mr. Facilitator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sisi. One part of the thing as well I want to stress on was waiting Dr. Kamara said. We all deal with certain issues then differently, but they continue for tell we say when you go through this phase, because it's a phase, it's not the end of, you know, not the end of your life. You still can live a normal life. Yes, something that we vital to woman, you know, don't miss it, but you know, life still goes on. You know, you get your picking, you get your picking for look after you your own life as well. You get your own life for enjoy. So there, where we try seek the support, the help with the. We see for the struggle for hope, and also they are like I said before, the people where they are around people and where they go through them here, then we give them the support where they need. You don't necessarily get for ask the person and try forget all the detail, you know, behind everything. You just make sure so you give them the support where they need. You don't need to forget all the details behind them. Okay. Auntie Fatima, you're very quiet. Welcome back. Is there anything from a nutrition perspective? Is there anything you want to add as an advice for people going through, you know, this phase? I don't know if I'm not putting you on the spot, but if you have any advice, you know, feel free.
Yeah. So thank you for welcoming back. It's nice to be back in the mix with everyone. So it all made me feel welcome again. But yeah, so yeah, the nutrition is really important with menopause for women specifically. You know, as your hormone changes, the same way when you're a teenager, when you start your period, your hormones change. Now, when you're a teenager, you're more susceptible to eat you know, bad foods, so foods high in fats and, you know, all takeaway stuff that's high in sugar, high in salt. Now, that's not to say that it's not the same for older women. They need to also take more into consideration what they're, you know, consuming in their diet that might contribute to that hormonal imbalance, you know, as menopause is coming on. So what do I recommend? As Auntie Rugi said, a lot of healthy eating in the sense that you're including more vegetables, more fruits inside your diet. That's a standard for everyone, but more so when you're going through menopause, as that would then balance out any, you know, hormone imbalance. So some of the vitamins that you could take are vitamin A, calcium. Calcium is more for nervousness. So when we're talking about mental health, the nervousness, calcium can reduce nervousness in the system when they're having menopause. So that's a little bit that I can give. Obviously, if we do want to go in more detail, I can do a session on menopause and nutrition. But at the moment, let me just give that little jizz of information. But yeah, so it's really important that, you know, you take that into consideration, and that should be your focal point, as well as taking care of your mental health, and of course going to your GP to get more information on how to manage that. But yeah.
Wow, that's super. Thank you very much for the offer. I'll mark that down. I'll remind you. Well, so we found them. There's another session we debut already on this same topic. This topic, the first time we'll discuss, we all be no say, most of we not be understand that much about it, and we'll be no saying as until we strike a chord with all. We gladly say, you know, it don't take effect already, and we hope so the future session they will get on this topic, it will continue to get the same impact, because like how everybody don't say, a thing we don't know much about, and we don't culture a taboo. You know, just imagine me go sit down before somebody they try to tell us stuff. You know, but with man also, for example, if now that person had the expert, they be able to talk to somebody. You know, back home, people are not feel that comfortable for even talk to their own company woman about certain things when they go through when apply stuff before they go prefer for suffer in silence. We pray say one day by God power, this show they will air on radio na salon. So we ask there if anybody within the panel we get influence na the local radio stations in back home, please get in touch. We try for get this for get aired na salon. We also for money. We like I said before, we know they get paid for this. But people in the back home need this way more than even we now. Just imagine if we now had a struggle this much. Imagine the one in back home we not get money for for get the right medical care and get medical attention. So if anybody gets influence in radio station back home or even TV, who will try for do please get in touch. We'll see if cable get this show for air to people there. Okay, so we get any questions? Any further questions? Yes, ma. I've been over here. Try for unmute yourself. There we go. Yes, ma.
But you said you know how they come. Yeah. No. I just want to add a small thing to waiting until we'll get with Dr. Kamara and say, because I know like several people the way be say they get very early menopause, and it affects the mental health seriously. Nothing where it be say not anybody need look forward to that, especially let me say in your early 40s, you just turned 40 or you're 35, then all of a sudden you stop for see your period. You begin get worried, especially most of the time we be seeing a one picking you get. No matter now how we young people in see woman the way be seeing a one picking and get and things like that. I not say forget one picking a blessing. If you not get anything safe now, how God might say thing for big. But people get really, really worried about that. Where it be say like where this particular individual starts for same period, she was so distraught. Or what me go do such a look me age are so young. Now one get picking gets now the same period again. Me ear at the sweat when next come I'm not able for sleep and all that kind of thing in there. And this not about one day also be in England and then the other one in Africa. You can forget the right word for say to that kind of people in there. Because sometimes you can the word they say to them, and can make like feel more worthless about themselves, and then can make like go the other way, so to say that's something that we don't do in the past. I not say we all would they grow up and other things and because we not say after me particularly I not say after 59 somebody can start to say menopause and things like that. So not be ever not say there was early menopause despite being in us. It's only what kind of this part of the world and not say early menopause. So where this particular person bring a come up, I feel in pain. I understand. As you don't get a word with her, even while I reach now, I can still call and the console and I ask and say, go for the eat well, do some exercises them and take the right vitamins and things like that. Let me just help for build the immune system. So my advice to people, they make we not feel say if we get early menopause, we get for drown in we own sorrow, help they out there. The GP then they out there for help. Other health professionals and the way it be say we can seek and talk to. If not for talk to health professional, talk to anybody in this group where you feel say they can able to give you the advice where you need, or you can able to send an email to each and every one of we, or as we number them day on the poster, just send a text message to we say, can we talk? We say if you say we'll go for help. We all in England, but you know me saying that we all know we say for go seek help. Now I make they do this program. So I would like people to know say menopause I think we're really, really serious and they affect plenty people as they go to certain age. So now your contribution, I don't know what we may get for gift for today.
Thank you very much, Auntie. So I'll go on the panel now and if we're not getting any more questions, I'll go around the panel and I ask everybody for the last word, then we'll wrap up today. So I'll go first with Sisilugi. Which are the last word you want left?
Well, the last word, just the way I don't say, the menopause you go up into we all, but that early menopause is very, very difficulty, very sad for let somebody to go through, especially like Yaso, at least treatment day, at least support day, at least help day. If you go fender help day. Sometimes it's difficult for go talk to that doctor for say, oh, now this they happen. If you get a very good friend where you trust, una can talk about it, like I said, una can go for advice and go to GP. And yes, so then get boku women's group them as well about the menopause, the support you can get to say you go get support. So that early menopause is very, very difficult for anybody. Again, as Dr. Kamara say, Africa where women not they taking alternate woman in fault. No, I don't think say that woman they go just decide no more say no one for taking. Something is not right. But how they would change that one day. So, but the normal menopause, psychologically, mentally, we get for look after ourselves. You know, we all, myself, they go through anyway, and I know what I don't go through. I know how difficult it is. You understand? Especially where you never know what's in the happen to you. You just sit down 1 minute, everything okay. Then all of a sudden they feel this heat now your body, especially your face. You remember for say waiting they go on, you heart they tell like you they die. So tell like something they happen to you now, you know. But you forget that positive mindset for say it they pass. So when it come, a few minutes it pass. But now one of the worst few minutes of your time at that moment day, right? So imagine where you know nothing about 10 things that day, then all of a sudden one day you wake up no more. Now then things that's the happen to you all the time constantly. It's very, very, very scary. It give you heart palpitation where you don't know who side because like yes, I'd go for very long walks. For men think for say la take care of myself. But truly you go still get them palpitations the day, you go get all them things the day. So maybe the worry says something a heart problem I get. Now God make her go, then go do me 24-hour MRI scan. Me the one member say, eventually now because the member say, what's wrong with me? We make I forget this heart palpitation. One day now just member say, I say go be the menopause now and they cause all this. So they bring so many things then come. So many different things. You truly you until you go through now you know more naturally you go understand for say, oh my goodness, you know. But if you never go through like the talk so now, pass you meet you because all people in the talk and today you look and say now waiting the person in the talk until you meet you, I don't know for say, oh my God, now I know waiting and they talk about. So we get mentally we get for be prepared for that, because if you not prepare, where they meet you, some people and they never give you that plenty notice self, so taking just kind of a wham. You understand? Although if you don't give you know they take that. You need to take notice of that because they feel for saying, that's something I ain't wrong with me. You understand that? Or this they go. In the kind of mode they go, you forget about it until you begin come back slowly, right? So we got to be prepared mentally. Then, just like Fatima say, the right food and for it. You know, it's difficult at this part of the world for all things there for it. But if you know the right thing, whether things they happen to we, you know they for sleep, you need for exercise, you need for do this, you need for do that. So all me they ask is, let we all just be ready, prepared, young, old, wherever na the waiting na the spectrum, na the waiting for you there, the continuum of life where you there. Woman, even the man themselves for be ready for say where something happen. Let you not just see that woman this one because they behave so na this and this and this. Na something that done in the happen. So now that no make for say.
Okay. Thank you very much, Cecilia. I will take one more question from Auntie Victoria. I don't know you, man.
Okay, I think me or not more the question as a comment following from what Wugi and I don't say. And I think say some of this forum is very helpful for we that some of we women where they feel positive, we get for encourage other women them. And as I keep saying to me younger brother, I know my story. When I had my problem, go through my problem, I had all sorts of negative comments from my fellow people who I thought were friends. Where if you're not so positive, you're able to deal with them. Now that's when they affect your mental health seriously.
Yeah. So
I think it's nice for women. I get comments like, okay, for some of you will fall between two tribes. Me Creole people and go tell me say, hey, and not be saying that you may the family and they with you. Other friends and go can say, Victoria, let not be say you don't keep people man on if they do you so.
Good.
You see,
I had all sorts of negative comments then. If I wasn't strong, I make I say go find for we women, you know, for continue for help other women that we're not strong, you know.
Yeah.
That's my comment.
Thank you very much, Auntie Mambu, for your contribution. And Martina, I did on mute. I see you play move, but we don't hear you. Okay, I don't mute you. If you type on, there you go.
No.
Yes,
because I'm waiting Auntie Vicky just say. That is exactly waiting the people that were Ibisi are talked to come up with. Auntie Vicky just hits on the nail. There are certain things like where Ibisi, especially at this forum, would they know, would they pick waiting, would they say? Those were their thoughts. Now somebody in man I keep. Now something I don't do post this person don't do me this.
Yeah.
Waiting I don't do where Ibisi and meet the happen to. No. I want people to understand say we all body different. Everybody in body different. We mechanism inside we are different. We all not different people them. So if people they can understand that they better, because I'm not picking at the age of 7 don't pull Bobby.
Yeah.
That means they grow very, very quick. But the same thing to menopause. You understand what I mean? So it can be some people they can get an early menopause or a late menopause or on the right time menopause. God knows which is the right time. So now they say, as Auntie Vicky don't say, we just go for the day as women them. We go for the day for each other. If somebody they go through something, instead of we sit down, they laugh or make comments behind them back, let we at least talk to them and help them see them through the pain where they go through. That's all I go say. That my own last word to me family them. We go for help each other, especially the salon community. No let for talk. Now we talk positive. Positive, not the word. It's a way forward. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much, man. Yeah, no, the one thing is I go for maybe get which man and which woman organization as alone. Let me begin sue people for unnecessarily blame people and faulting.
Truly.
But then, you know, like good business plan, a good business plan you don't give me, so I will think about it.
Good business plan,
and I just want to say something. One day not sabi which man, but sabi which woman them. All which woman them. No which man no day. All now which woman. Lie?
Thank you very much.
Then the next thing, then in a poopy man don't keep. I make this up. So,
I get the organization. They all will get lawyer. Will begin sue people. Any false accusation, they sue. Dr. Kamara, wait, you get any last word for people there?
Yes, you see, I'm so glad you see me, big sis, Miss Kamara, Miss Shaka. This now exactly what we from this thing for, because we want. See, waiting with what they call support group. Now we just do so. It's so good that if people in the back home, clearly then they go up for let we actually try for get people in for understanding. I tell you what, all the things then they say now so thing now they happen the supernatural, you know, and all the things now they cause them. If I let we people in Yeri, now make a big do ya, my sister them, my brother them. If we not get any way, if we not get connection, if we not get any way, we'll go able to get people that are more interested in that topic here. You know, for let them can join me, even if for that 1 hour no more, at least make them gain something. Because wait me, I talk this. If you get knowledge of this thing now, imagine you get you girl picking that you begin teach them for expect this thing for happen. Just like how we talk about say, I mean, I don't see picking a free tongue. You know, maybe at the age of 14, he come on by a period, you know nothing, and nobody don't prepare them. He did they feel this pain. All people then see na that mark na the bottom part. You know, they see this blood. Nobody say, hey, wait, all man begin scared. And he picking the wrong leg, say then cut it. Yes, sir. Because nobody not prepare them. If you see the embarrassment, unbelievable. I remember this, my late mama, Nanga Fubundi speaking, bring and come, talk to them, give them a change of, you know, underwear, you know, and teach them waiting for expecting how this is. Just imagine that. So if you don't prepare this person for this thing, clearly when it happens, you know how to approach them. And I make can say a problem shared is a problem halved. If we don't know that this thing we expect, clearly now we get for try and break this taboo. If we begin to talk about this thing, clearly we get, as I say, we anti them, then get for go through that. we mama then get for go through. Well, I know talk. Sometimes you not get this talk with your mama. But clearly the mama gets sister then. You understand? The mama gets big one then. No questions about that. And the mama get picking then, girl picking then. So clearly, one way or the other, you must help somebody for prepare them. And if you don't begin this thing, like how we talk as well, you see, look how my sister they tell you they say na person mind don't go keep na this, na that, na so person, you know, all them thing then they. Now when in actual fact na natural something they go on. Do you know what I mean? You don't know how that thing they bad when if you now get weak mind or sometimes you don't get small anxiety problems, sometimes you don't get small mental health problems. That's it. It just puts you down. That's the end of it. Next thing you realize, some man go begin taking life off. So all them thing here, it's also intertwined. I can talk all day long about this thing. It's not the passion for let we able to get people for understand. Say, I tell you what, behind any of them thing here, there's a reason. And we need for come together. So if we get any way, forget this thing to a higher level, we'll go forget one way or the other. Even if that 1 hour, they give you radio station or radio time or air time or whatever. In nights for little people and nobody here. Because we go help a lot more. Than the way they grow, than the way don't pass now, than the way than the way get for calm. If we forget that, as I say, we could definitely make a difference. We make a big, big impact in people's life. Thank you so much, but this is a very, very important subject we know to pay attention to. But when we talk about the manual, then you go see what's in the gun.
I can't wait. Thank you very much, Doc. I will ask Auntie Fatima, then I'll come to Mr. Sisi, then we will wrap up. We'll get less than 10 minutes. So Auntie Fatima, you go first, man. Any last word for the people there?
Yeah, so as mentioned before, balance is key in the way you eat. In order to get your body into balance, into a good balance, I think it's just wonderful how the body works as well. The fact that, you know, as you are a young woman and you start your period, that's the kind of, you know, you've got symptoms there when you start your period in the sense of what's happening in your mood swing. And it's also fascinating that it happens when you're a lot older and you have menopause. So what I say is just look after your body, make sure that you balance everything well, consult the right people. That's my roundup on today's session. And well done, Auntie Rugi, for going through the mental side of things, as that's very important. As we've seen, a lot of people don't know that there's that support network for everyone within the family, or, you know, specifically women to women as well. So thank you for giving a woman that support and knowing that it's there. So that's
Thank
all.
You very much, Auntie Fatima. We look forward to your session. Me for one, I look forward. I can't wait. Yeah, and Doctor, yeah, Mr. Sisi, I see a smile. You there on mute.
Yeah, don't go. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, me now only three things the number one just say. Obviously, this say all the members of the panel don't cover you know, obviously we have family support. We're very, very important, because not to just that individual where they go through a problem. We all for deal with the person. You know, like we try for fitting like that, saying we'll say now one woman they born Peking, but it take a whole village for men to Peking. So where that woman don't be, they'll come back together as a whole family for support her where they go through them processes here. And longer for understanding back, say, then tia na like a phase in life. Yes, some people are unfortunate, say it can't too early for them. Obviously, they go through the mental stages, the mental traumas, and they all into the when I face in life, not anything negative like what the antification that's where you know they begin give down and there's some negative connotation. We obviously got affect them, you know, mentally, and you know, it just go down the opposite way, completely opposite way. So for me, take home message for me now. I said, please, don't understand. Say this is not a problem for we all. That way we'll see our policy will be small, we'll give enough family support. Take to the stage, as I say, now be nice person, all of a sudden, don't get a change. As you don't get a change, not get for understand, say, oh, not saying that A, this person be, and so this person be. Probably not until they go to, we will certainly understand. But slowly, all the time for break the cycle, so not get for no saying that family support, and now we know the right words then for use, for encourage that person there. Don't use the negative word that they would use to that person there. You know, the message is the way Auntie just don't mention what's the self-destination there. You know, those are things we not like an easy thing for us, but know the impact what it costs to the individual, what they see and through. So perhaps, then platform here, they give people the opportunity to say, look, we need for learn for telling people in the right words, then, give them that hope and believe, say, yes, not anything bad, now phase in life, now stages that we all get for go through. And we demand there, they there for support to sister there, woman there, woman there. So that's an important message for me now. Thank you very much. On my Timoto.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like say you phone will get COVID back, but thank God he recover.
Yes.
Thank you very much to Sisirugi. It was a brilliant session, and as you see by the conversation, people enjoy them and people don't learn a lot. And to the rest of the panel, Dr. Kamara, Auntie Fatima, Auntie Aisata, and Mr. Ibrahim, thank you very, very much. And to all my people, my family, who don't tune in from right across the UK, the Middle East, the US, back home, Freetown, Australia, we tell you all plenty thank you. And we hope to go soon again in 2 weeks. Till we meet again, my name is Natemu John Fuller, and the Salon Organization of Greater Manchester, and they do this program to all stay well. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night and good night.
Good night.